Our practice warm-up is different from our competition warm-up because our competition warm-up is roughly an hour and a half long. So we really key into the major things during practice warm-up: glute activation, hip mobility, sprints, drills, a lot of mobilization drills as well. But compared to our competition warm-up, we do more of like longer and slower, but more intensive. So it goes like, we do skipping, then we move into glute activation. We have like billions of glute activation drills, a lot of tempo runs. Then we break it up. We break it up into sections really. So we have technical runs, then we have our faster technical runs, then we go into our sprints, into our spikes. Yeah, so that's how our workout is broken up into. Well, not our workout, our warm-up. Today we're focusing on getting the switch action as fast as possible, and as well as loading the blocks. One of my biggest problems is that like I don't use the blocks to their full potential, because there's always like little things, but mine is that I don't fully push off of it. At the beginning of my start, before my start, like I had this like little bit of anxiety where I like tap my foot a lot, and then I'm like, okay, I have to stop. And then like I'll get into the block, right, and they'll still be tapping, and I'll be like, okay, like we have to go now. But I was like it's always like in the back of my head, like I have to hold it firm. So that's like one of my drawbacks.
A little bit of a pre-race resting shudder. That's what I would call it.
That's what it's called?
Well, I mean, well, from
that's what you're calling it?
No, I mean like,
I actually couldn't see the finish line because I failed my contact exam to get contacts because I wear glasses.
Yes.
So like I would go there, I'd get the contacts, but I couldn't get them out of my eye. So they're like, we're not letting you leave here with contacts because you're a liability. And I was like, okay, fine. So mine was actually like, when I'd stare at the finish line, it would be like to actually see it. And now it's like, it's just like, okay, zone in to my lane, just run my race.
This ain't every day.
One of the best training partners.
Ready! 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 So when you call, wait for the hand go up, then push.
Like how?
Because if you call and push at the same time, that's where it gets all murky.
Just practice-wise, our communication skills have really improved since years prior in terms of saying, oh, like what you can handle or how to come in, gauging-wise.
Right.
Like, I think a lot of the vets have helped the rookies in terms of explaining, like, hey, this is how you gauge someone's like steps, because sometimes like every 200 you run is not going to be the exact same.
Right.
Like sometimes you're finishing stronger depending on who, like how your race went, or depending how you're feeling. So you have to gauge it properly in terms of how's this person coming in, where do I have to be, and like sometimes relay order changes. Like when you're like the third and the fourth runner, when you line up there, you're saying who's touched that back corner first, and just to understand the rules. Because I remember, I think it was at McGill, our runner was first, like on the line, like first around the corner, and then the guys switched the order, which you can't do. And I vocalized that, but I was like we need to, like that kind of woke me up to say, like, hey, we have to like make sure our rookies and everyone knows every rule in terms of relays, to make sure that we're not getting the short end of the stick, or we're putting our team in the best position possible to run a good relay. Red has always been our saying, because our school, York, is red. And I think that's like the fiercest, loudest, one syllable word that we can say instead of go, because other teams will say go, but at least when you hear that red, you know it's your team and your hand has to be up to get that baton.
Right.
the transition was pretty good because Brad was my high school coach as well, like for my club, which was the York University Track Club. So he kind of maneuvered the weights instead saying, oh, since you like took a scholarship to York, why don't we get you started on that program a little early so your fundamentals are there, like just getting a clean squat and how to do that properly, like in terms of elbows up, like squatting right angles. He really maneuvered us in the right way. Are like sprint specific. The jumpers have a completely different lift than us. The mid distance have a completely different lift than us. So that's 600 and beyond. Everyone has their own specialized lift, and based on the person's injury, they also have a different modification to each thing sometimes. Okay. Because a few people on our team have, like, let's say, hamstring injury. They wouldn't necessarily do this one because if they're not firing their glutes properly, that means they're used to firing their hamstring and glute. So they would have to do more glute activation drills even before they do this one to register glute first, hamstring after, glute first, hamstring after. Yeah. That's why I sometimes make the modification of bringing it. So I'm the person that usually makes sure everything's planned to a T for meets. Like, oh, what does each athlete need? What do all my teammates need necessarily, and what time they need to get to the track, what time they need to actually compete. I help Coach Ray and Coach Brad coordinate a lot of that information. But training-wise, when we get there, it's just straight competition because we train before. Our Thursday is our usually shakeout day, so wherever you can do a shakeout, get your shakeout in, and then Friday, Saturday compete, and sometimes even Sunday. We'll be competing as well. Yeah.